of a little address that was scribbled on a piece of paper that guides all this nation at this moment. Dr. Lillard is responsible for a big protest on Nathan Forrest. We hated Nathan Forrest. We went downtown and embarrassed all the white folks at the Capitol about Nathan Forrest. Dr. Lovett said, why are you doing that? Instead of wasting your time protesting about Nathan Forrest, why don't you take yourself out to the Nashville Cemetery on Gallatin Road and find some little tombstones of the men who fought against Nathan Forrest. So my children and I spent the whole spring of '79. He never told us where they were. He's a typical teaching professor. He makes you work, right? We searched for 6-7 weeks for this one little gravestone. Finally, my son on April 18th, that spring of '79, said, Dad, I found him. It says USCT. Well, here I am, 3 and 4 degrees, and never knew what USCT was. He didn't tell us. He told us to go find him. We found him in April, and that's December 15th of '79. Dr. Lovett spoke up there on that rostrum, and that was the genesis in the beginning. So I would like Dr. Lovett, please give him a hand, please, to tell us what's happened in 30 years.
Well, thank you, Mr. Lillard. It was 30 years ago. BLovett3's hair was black. I had all of my hair, and it was black. And so 30 years have passed. It doesn't seem like it. But 30 years ago on the podium there, KLillard and others in the community really started this particular affair. And they have stuck with it for 30 years. Some of the people who started are not here anymore, if you recall. Mr. Kelso, he was interred in the cemetery in Memphis, where there's no ceremony, where 70% of all African Americans live in West Tennessee. There are hundreds interred in the cemetery in Chattanooga, and there are others interred in Stones River. Read about our history, and then let other people, the rest of the community, know we too are part of the Civil War. 20,133 black men fought in the Union Army in Tennessee. That was 40% of the Union Army of Tennessee. 179,000 black men fought in the United States Colored Troops during the Civil War. Another 20,000 fought in the United States Navy. That's 200,000 men. That is 20% of all the Union Army forces. But our children are taught that somebody gave us our freedom, somebody released us from slavery, and we just accepted a gift. We fought for our freedom. We died for that freedom. And that's why these 2,000 men are buried here, because they gave their lives for new generations, us. I'm the 5th generation since slavery. I knew all of those generations except one in my family. My children are, my son just graduated from TSU with his MBA. That's why I was late. We had our graduation today. But my children, my 5 children, are the 6th generation since slavery. And my 5 grandchildren, their children, are the 7th. Just yesterday, all of this took place. Just yesterday. And in our family, I knew everybody but the slave, but I knew the slaves' children. And they taught me so much history. I changed from engineering in college to be a historian because history was taught in our family. So please pass this tradition on, and thank KLillard and all the others who keep this going each year.
Give him a hand, Dr. Lovett. These are the reasons we came here. All right.